What's going on, everybody? It is Triple Crown 24 back at you today with episode number 4 in the Miguel Cabrera Master Set Registry video. I have really enjoyed making this series, and today I've got 4 new slabs to show off. A little bit less than usual, I would say, but I've got one from my latest PSA submission. I've got one pre-rookie, and I've got 2 YouTube-inspired pickups. I'll tell you what I mean by that in a minute. But before I get started, I do want to ask, if you have any feedback on this series, let me know what you think down below. I absolutely love making these videos. This is like my favorite type of video to make right now, is this set registry video. Be able to talk about Cabrera and show off some cards that aren't necessarily, super high end. You know, some of these are just base cards that are slabbed up, but they're really cool to me, and I really get excited about showing these off. So if you have any feedback for what you want to see in future episodes of the series, let me know. But I'm going to keep rolling with the format we've been doing lately. So let's go ahead and get into it. First one up, this one should look pretty familiar. It's from my latest PSA submission, 2019 Topps. This is just the regular base. I opened up way too much 2019 Series 1, so I had quite the selection of Miggy's to choose from. This was the one I thought looked the best, so out of my big stack, I decided to send this one off to be graded, and sure enough, it came back at 10. One of the few highlights of that recent submission. I won't say much more than that, but this is a really cool card. I'll show you the back here with the full career stats. I am trying to go for the straight run of 10s on his flagship cards that are in the basic registry, so I can get to 100% complete with the top possible grade. It's just, I figured that would be a good foundation for the collection. The rest of the cards, I'm not so picky on whether it's a 10 or a 9. It just kind of depends on what the best deal is, but for the flagship, I'm definitely going for the 10s on those. The rest of my pickups today also happen to be 10s, and I'm going to show you a little side-by-side here on this next card. Here's the 18-year challenge, 2001 Miguel versus 2019. Look at that. So this 2001 Bowman Chrome, a set better known for the Ichiro rookie, so shout out to all of the Ichiro collectors out there. And this is a really cool card. Now, normally I don't like black border cards just because they are susceptible to damage. The Chrome versions, not so much. You know, you don't really get that much of the issues with chipping. Sometimes you can get like little wear to the corners where maybe they'll whiten, but that happens on a lot of Chrome cards just because a lot of them do have darker colors naturally. And then I'm also not a huge fan of facsimile signatures on cards, but I think they do it really well on this design right here. One thing I want to point out, well, there's 2 things actually with this card. Number 1, shortstop. Probably not a position that you associate with Miguel Cabrera, but he actually came up as a middle infield prospect. So here's his 2000 Topps traded from the first episode I did of this. Trying to get it to focus. You can see he's an infielder there. So here he is, listed at his actual position of shortstop. So he started out as a shortstop, and I want to show you something on the back too that I think is really cool. Look at this up close part of it. Said he signed with Marlins rather than Yankees in order to reach the show more quickly. So he came up as a shortstop, and the Yankees had a pretty big block at shortstop. They had this guy named Derek Jeter at the time. Some people might be familiar with him. He played for a few years. But Cabrera, when he was going to sign as an international free agent, he signed in 1999. This is at the peak of like that Yankees dynasty in the late 90s and early 2000s. So he decided to go to the Marlins because they were just coming off, basically selling off the entire team after the 97 World Series championship. And he thought that he could get to the big leagues very quickly. And sure enough, his rookie year was in 2003 when he came up and played against the Yankees in the World Series and hit a home run against them to help the Marlins win that World Series in 2003. So it's kind of funny how that worked out. I just wanted to share that with everyone. Now, these are some YouTube-inspired ones. I'm going to go out of order here. So I got this one in the mail a couple of weeks ago, and I don't always really pay attention to who I'm buying stuff from. Like, I will recognize like some of the big names, and for some reason I didn't recognize this, but then sure enough it comes in the mail and I see YouTube's own Elite Cove 3. And I'm like, oh well, that's pretty cool. I didn't even realize that I was buying from him. So happy to support a fellow YouTuber and purchase this card off him, but I got this off of Nolan, so go check out his channel when you're done with today's video. He's got a phenomenal channel. If you enjoy my PSA videos, I'm sure you're probably already familiar with his, but if not, definitely a channel worth checking out. So here is the 2017 Topps variation, Cabrera in the dugout. You don't get too many flagship cards of him not at the plate. There's like a couple of him fielding, but here he is in the dugout. I think the dugout variations was something that they did for most of the short prints in 2017 Topps, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't buy too much of this because I'm not a huge fan of this design, but it was a really cool card. I think I paid like $25 for this, and it was during an eBay Bucks promotion. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but to me it was a really good deal, and I couldn't pass it up to get a PSA 10 in the Lighthouse flip as well. So I'm pretty sure at one point I probably saw this card on one of his reveal videos, and I was like, oh, I really want this. I'm going to have to go check out his store. And then sure enough, you know, things happen to work out where I got it in. So very happy to get that in the collection. We'll end on one that I'm super stoked to get this one, to be honest. One of the few of him in the field, as I alluded to a little bit earlier, but it is a 2011 Topps Diamond Parallel of Miguel Cabrera in a Gem Mint 10. And these cards are just so cool. I love the Diamond parallels. I know they're kind of gimmicky, and some people don't like the gimmicks sometimes with the top stuff, but the diamonds just look so cool. Sometimes they have some foil issues where like the foil is missing. This one is perfect. And then the way that the shine, like look at that shine effect to it. It looks like it's sparkling in the background. It's just so cool. So very well done. So what inspired me to go out and try to get one of these, I have like a stack of these. And if I were to ever do like a set, like an actual top set to put together and do, you know, like a registry of, I think I would choose this 2011 Diamond Parallels. It would be extremely expensive if I did the update set, given some of the guys in that set, but it's really cool. And recently I've seen WeskerGriff and then MikeO also pick up versions of the Roy Halladay from this set, which is an absolutely stunning card. I love the 2011 design as it is, but these cards are like, they're on a different level to me. So when I saw that, I had been eyeing this Cabrera on Com-C for a long time, and I was like, you know, I think I'm going to have to go ahead and pull the trigger. So those two convinced me definitely to go ahead and purchase this card. I think I paid like $25 for this one as well, so not bad at all. I could have bought it for like 10 bucks cheaper on I think it was a Probstein auction, but I forgot to bid twice, and then someone got it for like $12 plus shipping. I was pretty mad at myself for forgetting about that one, but I'll take it. I have a version of it now. That's all that really matters. So let me know what your favorite one was today of my 4 new Cabrera pickups. Appreciate everyone tuning into the series. Like I said, I really enjoy making these videos. I get excited anytime I get enough slabs in to do a new Miggy set registry video. But thanks again so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Until then, have yourselves a good one.